everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Rachel and I go by Rachel Ray on the internet, and this is my video each week on Saturday where I talk all about cross-stitching and knitting. So welcome, come join us. I am going to be showing you my progress on what I worked on this week. I have a lot of haul to go through today as well. I have some plans. I have some really important information about a charity drive that I am going to be participating in. And I have winners for last week's giveaway and maybe something else to give this episode. So please stick with me. Grab your project if you'd like to work on it in the background while we chit chat, and maybe grab a cup of coffee or tea or whatever you'd like to have. Today I'm having a little bit of water because I got a lot to get through. Okay. First up, if you disagree with me, you know where the button is to unsubscribe. I am not political on my channel, but I believe in basic human rights. And right now, this is what has to be said. I never said that all lives don't matter, but right now, that's not the point. The point is that Black lives matter, and we need to stand up and share our voices in making change in the police systems. The justice needs to be equal. Period. I talked all about this in my Whip and Chat video, which is one of those videos where I like chit chat with you guys and talk about what's on my mind. If you want to get to know me more personally, check out those videos because we get pretty deep a lot of the time and you get to know me better. And actually in this episode, you get to learn more about Luna as well as my feelings on the Black Lives Matter movement and why it's so important. I just want to let everybody know that all of the ad revenue that comes from this video will be donated to the Black Lives Matter movement. So please, if you have the time, let those ads roll. I would really, really appreciate it. If you don't like ads, I totally understand, but just so that you know, upfront, transparent, I do not want to make any money off of this video at all. I just want to donate it to the Black Lives Matter movement. It's the least that I could do. Later today, I'm going to be joining a protest in my town. It is primarily a protest to end direct provision, as we have had quite a kerfuffle politically with a direct provision center that was set up in the middle of my town due to COVID. I will not go into talking about that here on my channel, but if you are interested in just looking up some research on this whole situation, you're more than welcome to. I, for one, think that it's totally inhumane the way that they're doing it, and I stand with the asylum seekers. We are also holding the protest in solidarity with Black Lives Matter, and I will be there. It starts in an hour and a half, so I need to be quick about this. So, welcome everybody. I have a lot to get through, so let's get started. So, in May, I was participating in Stitch Mania, which is where I started a whole bunch of new projects. I aimed for 15, I got 15. Unfortunately, I did kind of slow down on working on my normal rotation, which would be, Letters from Hogwarts, Galaxy Unicorn. There's a whole bunch of my regular cross-stitching works in progress. But I kind of swayed away from them and I spent more time doing other things, which is fine. I'm a multi-craftual person. For those of you out there who only work on one craft, I am so jealous of your dedication. I'm pretty sure that I have ADHD. I am undiagnosed, but I cannot fully sit on one thing for too long. I get really antsy and my mind wanders, my focus shifts, I get distracted very easily, and so I find having a whole bunch of different projects to grab when I have a whim is much, much easier for me to manage than just to dedicate all of my time to one project. In small bits and doses, yes, like the 24 hours of cross-stitch challenge, that was fantastic, but most of the time I just can't focus on one thing. Hopefully, with the continued talking to my doctor and medicine and things like that, maybe I can get to the stage where everything is kind of an even keel. But at the minute, it is kind of part of my personality. So if you get to know me, maybe you'll understand a little bit better. Okay, the first project that I worked on Saturday was a card from the World of Cross-Stitching magazine. I know it's going to be hard to see these things because of the lighting, but hopefully I've fixed the lighting issue. Fingers crossed, when I hold this up to the camera, I don't get fully, the white balance doesn't get completely thrown off. I think I've fixed it. So this is that's what it looks like. Isn't it so cute? This is an Angela Griffin. Oh no, it was stitched by Angela Griffin. The design is by Jill Cooper. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong part. This is a beautiful little bear holding a bunny on the moon. The star is not on the cross stitch, by the way. It will be made into a card, but this is how far I got on Saturday. Isn't that cool? I love it. So I wanted to do the back stitching on the bunny. That was my number one thing I wanted to do. So I obviously don't have the bear's face or anything like that, but that's not too bad for one day. I started late in the afternoon on Saturday and I got that far by early morning hours here. So not too bad, not too shabby. If I say so myself. I think on this pattern, it says 4 hours. Maybe 4 uninterrupted hours, not hours with dinner and Zoom chats and all that kind of stuff. Okay, this one I'm really proud of. Sunday, I told you last time that I was saving this one for my last Stitch Mania project because it is super important to me and I wanted to. This is the Pilgrim from Long Dog Samplers. This was a gift from Michael. Thank you so much, Michael. The Pilgrim, this is a very interesting pattern because there is a path and there is a way to stitch it. You can stitch it however you want to, but I'm going to be following the path. So basically you'll see, if you look closely, you'll see this little path and these little X's where we all stop along the way as a pilgrim. And it's just so meaningful. And I'm really looking forward to exploring this pattern and how it comes together. So let me show you what I'm doing with it. Oh, by the way, that card was just a kit that came in the World of Cross-Stitching magazine. I used everything in the kit. Nothing fancy. But this is stitched on 32 count linen from Mystic Fabrics called Nothing, a half yard. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful fabric, right? So I know that it's see-through, so you'll have to forgive me for a second. And the silk that I used is Mrs. Sadis silk. Excuse me, I'm trying to wrap this around so that you can see it better. Oh, and if you don't know, I'm a hot mess, so. Mrs. Sadis silk in the color Peacock. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm trying not to hit the microphone. Okay, so this overall project is 305 by 367 stitches, which is pretty big. Not as big as my Heaven and Earth design, but big. But I got a good way. I mean, this is just, oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. I'm so glad that it's working. I am stitching this 2 over 2, which means I'm holding 2 strands together and going over 2 fabric threads. So imagine if you were stitching, this is the equivalent, this linen is the equivalent of a 16 count Aida. So you know how on Aida, for all of you new stitchers like me, Aida has the holes already marked and it's very clear. It's the same size that you're covering on the linen. But if I were to do this 1 over 1, it would be much, much smaller and I would only use 1 piece of floss. I hope that it makes sense for all of the new stitchers out there. And this was a gift this little needle minder, so thank you. I love that. I love that fabric. I'm so glad that I reordered it in the correct size, and I really want to work on it more. I like it because it's all one color, so it takes the guesswork out. So I did that this weekend, and let's see. So I did my Stitch Mania projects, and then I decided that I was going to spend the rest of the week, predominantly the rest of the week, stitching on Grimm's Fairy Tales Stitch Along by Clouds Factory. So, just pull it out. I did not iron this week because I was planning on making a Mania wrap-up video. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be sharing that soon. That is coming probably, well, I don't want to say tomorrow, but sometime in the coming week, you'll see every project that I touched, but I'm going to be facing the camera downward, so you'll be actually looking at the stitching. I think it would be nice to like get a good idea of what it really looks like, you know, instead of me just holding it up. So anyway, this is the Grimm's Fairy Tales Stitch Along by Clouds Factory. Stitch on Barbarol Creations Olive Oil 16 count Aida with the called for colors and the Weeks Dye Works, like the pattern asks. So this is what I have so far. I only got, well, I say only, but I did get the tree complete. I got the kids complete aside from her bows. I forgot completely her bows. And I started working on the witch and the house, excuse me. I still have all the border to do. This is only the 3rd chapter, so I'm very much behind on this, but I love the way it looks. And y'all, I really seriously question my choice of fabric because I think that the called for fabric on the pattern is actually jade by Picture This Plus. Oh, she just curled up in a ball. So it's a much lighter color than this, but I like the way that this looks. I really do. I love the green, the dirty green with this pink lettering. And so they just released another part of it, and I love it. I really do. I think it's going to look super cute. I wanted it to look, you know, European, like old style European. And I don't know why, but this color just kind of screamed at me that it would look good like that. Like an old cuckoo clock or something, you know what I mean? That's where my mind was going anyway. So I worked a few hours on that project as well. Okay, let me be completely upfront and honest with you about this one. So y'all know that I'm working on, I'm part of Stitch Alone. I'm in a group called Sips and Stitches with all of my friends, and I went to go work on this yesterday to catch up because the pattern drops today, Saturday. Every Saturday they release a new pattern, and I just put it off and put it off. I just wasn't feeling it, and I didn't know why. Aside from stress. Then I picked it up last night and I started to, sorry, let me get a piece of, bear with me. I promise I do sometimes come prepared. Maybe too prepared. Okay. So this is Hugh Laurie's face. We are doing a pattern called Bless This House. It is free. Go to stitch.com for more details. But last week, I found out that my hair was 1 stitch too tall and I had to rip it out. This week, I found out that my hair is 1 stitch too far to the right. And I don't know where I messed up, and I can't find where I messed up. And I'm really upset at it because I need to fix it. Now, I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly, Em said in her last pattern drop that this past week that I was supposed to be doing was predominantly face, and that the following week was predominantly border. I'm not doing the border like everybody else. So maybe I have enough time to fix this and catch back up. But trust me, that was really, really disappointing and kind of made me feel like giving up. I'm not going to lie. I still feel like giving up, but I don't want to. I think that I've been watching the progress of some of the people on the group. And even if I chose to stop, I would still want to watch their progress because it is so much fun. But I don't think that I'm in the right headspace to participate like I did last year with the Golden Girls. There were a lot of team challenges, a lot of photo op challenges and things like that. It was really, really fun. Of course, this year's things are different. We're not supposed to be leaving the house unless it's essential. So everything is inside. But I don't know why I keep messing this up. And I'm getting really frustrated with this hair. My husband was like, well, why don't you just fudge it? But then if I fudge it, then something's going to be really off. You know what I mean? That's him going back to the kitchen. So I am just a little disheartened with this project at the moment. I'm sure I have time to fix it. I must have time to fix it. This is stitched on a 28 count Ember by Crafty Kitten. That the Ember is the name. 28 count even weave. And this is 2/2. I think she was right though. At the beginning, she said, do it on Ada. And I was like, Ada? I don't want to do anything on Ada. I want to flex. Don't flex. Don't be me. Don't flex. Okay, so that is it. I did put in a few stitches last night in my Harry Potter, but nothing worth looking at because it's just the little cream color that goes into the page outline. I really, really, really want to get started on chapter 3, which I think will be part of my dedication moment for stitching this week. That's my plan. I really want to work on it. Really, really, really bad. I've decided what I'm going to do with the chapter. So I'll show you next time because I don't want to spoil the surprise. Drum up a little bit of excitement about it, leave you on a cliffhanger like. So yeah. Okay, that's it for stitching. That's all I did. That's all I did. I'm going to go into haul here in a second, but before we do that, I want to announce the winners of the giveaway from last episode. So last episode, I wanted to, let me just take the names off really quickly. I wanted to give away some Color Street nails to people who do not live in the United States. Ta-da! I think you can see that. Tartan is not really my thing. I don't really do plaid. So I decided that I'd just give these away. So I drew winners using the random comment generator, and I do have screenshots. I'll go ahead and flash them up on the screen. The first winner for the pink set, it's called Pastel Me About It, is Sophie. Sophie H.U. Hawthorne. I can't pronounce her surname. She lives in Denmark. She said she'd love to have some Color Street nails, so I'm going to pop these into an envelope and send them to you. Congratulations, Sophie. And then the second set of the kind of more Irish pattern here, it's called Luck of the Stylish. This set is going to Julie Knight. Congratulations, Julie. Julie lives in Victoria, Australia. I did have to choose a new winner when I pulled up someone's name who had not yet filled in my Happy Mail form. I'm so sorry, but if you do not fill in the form, I have no way of sending you those gifts. So if you are interested in winning something from my channel and getting something from a giveaway, you must fill in that Happy Mail form. If you're not comfortable with that, I'm sorry, but that is the only way that I can go about doing this because otherwise it means I have to chase people and I'm not really good at that anyway. So, Congratulations, ladies. Thank you so much for watching and always commenting. I always see your lovely comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy the nails. They are phenom. I love them. Probably addictive. This week, this episode, I would like to offer up a completely unopened copy of the World of Cross-Stitching magazine. This is an older issue. This is issue 291 from March, but this was actually sent to me from the company, and it was a duplicate. It has the Hello Little One that I just showed that I was working on. It has that kit in here as well. So I am willing to send this worldwide as long as my post office can ship to your country. Then by all means, we will send it to you. And if they don't right now, I will hold it for you and send it to you as soon as possible. Okay? So as long as you have the Happy Mail form filled in. So down below, if you would like a chance of winning this copy of this magazine, completely unopened, completely sealed, never opened before, please put down below, I would like the magazine, magazine. And I will use that word to search the winner, to pull up the winner. So please mention magazine somewhere in your comment. It doesn't have to be exactly that, but as long as you have that word, you will be entered to win this. YouTube is not affiliated with this at all. World of Cross-Stitching magazine is not sponsoring this. I just have an extra one and I'd like to give it away. It's just clutter in my home and I have no one to give it to in my personal life. So I would love to give it to one of you. Thank you for watching and, commenting and being really cool. I love you guys. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to put that to the side. Hey guys, I'm interrupting this part of the video to kind of intervene because I got ahead of myself and I completely forgot until the very end to mention this. So you may hear this twice, but I want to make sure that more people hear it. So I have just signed up to fundraise with a group of stitchers for VeloSano. VeloSano is a bike to cure weekend that happens in Cleveland, Ohio every year, but unfortunately because of COVID, it has physically been canceled, which has a lot of people going online to raise money for cancer awareness and cancer research. So I just want to go ahead and give you a little bit of information about what it is and why it's important to me. So basically, here's a little snippet. An estimated 1.8 million people will be diagnosed with cancer this year in the United States alone. 1.8 million. It'll claim the lives of 600,000 of our loved ones. The dedication and goodness found in the stitchy community is a force to be reckoned with. This is from my team, by the way. We are setting our sights on FFOing cancer once and for all, they say. Please join us in a stitch-a-thon to raise funding and awareness for important cancer research. And the best part, you can choose how you participate. Pledge hours, set a stitch count, or if you're feeling very ambitious, commit to some starts or finishes, and then ask family and friends to pay you to do it. It all helps raise money for a fantastic cause. 100% of all dollars raised by us directly supports life-saving cancer research's efforts across the entire Cleveland Clinic organization and for all cancer types. These dollars are used to discover more about the causes of cancer and to develop better ways to treat it with the ultimate goal of discovering a cure. In fact, since VeloSano was established in 2014, more than $21 million has been raised to support more than 150 cancer research projects. Most importantly, more than $22 million in additional external grants has been received due to the promise shown by VeloSano funded projects. Your support goes a long way in finding a cure. So, you can join us by clicking the Join Team button when you go to click on the link below in the description of this video, or you can donate. You can donate to our team the Velo Stitchers. If you donate to me, all of my donations will go to the team. So you can do it either way. It's perfectly fine with me, but if you're watching my video and you'd like to do it, help me to hit my target, then please click on my name and donate that way. My goal is $1,500. I want to raise $1,500, $1,500. If I don't hit my goal by October of this year, then I will pay for the rest of the goal. So it doesn't matter if you donate or not, I'm still committed to raising and paying $1,500 to VeloSano to raise cancer awareness. But it would be really awesome if you pledge to support me and motivate me into finishing a project. I'm going to be stitching only on one project. It's going to be the Soul of the Rose Heaven and Earth design. I plan on putting 100 total hours into that stitchy cause. And if you go to my fundraiser page, you will see under my story, if I don't finish the 100 hours before we reach my donation goal, I will donate $150 on top of that. So I've already paid $40 of donations. If I have to pay another $150 or $1,650 total, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't matter to me, but I wanted to join in and dedicate my time and my money and my effort to this cause. So please, please join me. If you'd like to sponsor me, hit the little button down below to donate to me and my cause. I would totally appreciate it. If you want to join the team, if you're a stitcher and you want to join us to help us raise that money together, I think it would be really awesome. I was invited by the video that 2 Martini Stitcher made with all the other stitchers that I really look up to, so I will make sure that I put the card just up here for you so that you can check out the original video where they have a lot more information and probably said it a little more succinctly than I did, but if it raises money for a good cause, I'm all for it, and if it pushes me towards a completion goal on a Heaven and Earth design, I'm definitely here for it. So please join me. Let's encourage each other to keep stitching and to raise money for cancer research. Thank you very much, guys. Back to our video. Let's talk haul. Okay. Again, I have a lot here on the desk because I am preparing this kind of walkthrough video, so please bear with me as I struggle. Okay, first up, Bags Plus. Okay, let me explain. First, I was, let's see, where did I get that one? I had signed up for another charity auction in aid of something awesome. There are a bunch of Flosstubers on Instagram who very often do charity auctions, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, who do charity auctions to raise money for specific causes, and you get an item from it. I love these. I really like participating in them. I like to think that I'm a giving person, but I also like to collect things, obviously. Did you see the yarn over here? Yeah. I'll talk about that in a minute. I like to collect things and I like to do good things. And sometimes, I feel like I don't need to get a thing in order to be philanthropic. Is that the word? Philanthropic? Okay, I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. But I did enter into someone's, I think this was Lollipop Stitches, or it could have been someone else. There's a designer who makes the fabric for this, and I am blanking on their name. Heike is screaming it at the screen right now. But, and so is Jessie. But I got this because I love it. I love the colors in it. I'm not mad about the death moth thing, but hey, whatever. I like lotus fly traps, and it's cool. It's funky, right? I mean, this pattern reminds me a lot of my husband because he's very into like sci-fi and stuff. So, and the neon colors and everything, just everything. Love this. So it is a Bags Plus. I'm trying not to get the glare. It's like a thread organizer. You can use bobbins or you can still use just skeins and stuff them into the pockets. There are, I believe, 24, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 40. 5. Yes, brain. 45 small pouches here in the back for colors, and then there's one large pouch on the front where you can stick pattern or scissors or, you know, whatever you want. You can fold these if you wish, but they don't stay closed. So I won this in an auction. And then I decided that I would make, oops, you heard the beads. I decided I'd make a purchase with her as well because I saw Cal's Crafts here on YouTube. She had opened one and I just immediately got enabled. And yes, it is possible to enable the enabler. So I got this from Bags Plus. Yeah. So let's open it. Here we go. Hopefully you can see this. The top two sections are those thread bobbin holders, which you cannot see because of the beautiful lighting today. And then this one is just one giant clear pocket. See? Ah, you can see it now. So, yes. So here you can put your notions, you know, your scissors, whatever you want. Here, there's even a place for a pen, you know, you have a pen with a project, and it folds and it's beautiful. And I love it so much. I love cherry blossoms. If you've been here for even one video, you know that I love cherry blossoms. So I had to have it, and purple is my favorite color. So I got that, and with that order, she threw in this little cute Bags Plus mini. I think it's called the mini flip. There are 12 pockets. So cute. So this is perfect for little projects. So that's Bags Plus. I highly recommend Karina. She has a wonderful store on Etsy. And if you are in the US, sometimes Michelle Bendy Stitchy, she sometimes has auctions on her or orders live on her channel. So that's another way that you could get them. But I recommend just getting them straight from the seller, especially since it seems that the mail is opening back up again, you guys. All right, let's talk about this first. So I went ahead online and ordered some stuff. I went to Lakeside Needlecraft first because I have this pattern called Baked Alaska from Glendon Place. It's beautiful. Basically, it's like a chatelaine. It's a mandala, and it's part of the Amazing Desserts collection. I went ahead and tried to order all the Mill Hill beads that I could for this pattern. It calls for 4 different colors of beads, and I got 3 of the 4, so I'm just waiting on one. Let's see if I can figure out a way to show these to you well. So first is the I don't know if I could do this. The color Sapphire. You can see the color, but you can't see the beads. I'm so sorry. Beautiful, beautiful color. Sapphire, then white, which I could not find. They were out of stock. Then there is Sea Breeze. Oh my gosh, this color. Why does it zoom perfectly and then not? I'll never understand. Sea Breeze, and then these Opal Capri. You saw that, right? Okay. I'm not going to fight with it today. I really won't. But these, so all I need are the white Mill Hill beads. I may already have them in another package, you know, in another kit, but I am kitting this up. So I have the floss. Now I have the beads. It says that I need, well, I'll just use the DMC to attach the beads. DMC 157. That's not hard. So I got those from Lakeside Needlecraft.co.uk, which I have them linked in the link haven. By the way, everything that I mentioned should be linked in the link haven. If for some reason it isn't, please contact me on the comment section and let me know, and I will make sure to fix it so that you have those links. But that is one more step closer. I'm pretty sure that as soon as I have the white beads, I can start on it whenever I want. And what I've started to do, where did I put it? Oh, I put it over there. So I reorganized, and I don't know if you could see, but I have a basket here, and this has all of my miscellaneous stuff. Little kits that are fully kitted, and then accessories, bead packs, things like that that don't have patterns. But if you look right next to it, I have one of these accordion organizer file folder things next to some other kitted up projects. And then I have patterns on their own in the magazine holder, and then I have a binder for paper patterns. So in the accordion, I am putting the kits that are kitted up, that are ready to go. Sometimes with the fabric, but most of the time my fabric is either up here, or I know that people ask this all the time, where do I keep my stuff? Under my vanity, I have under the bed organizer tubs, and I cleaned out one of them from diamond painting to make room for fabric. So I have one full tub dedicated to fabric. Okay, that was long-winded, but sometimes people want to know. Glendon Place, that is ready to go. I'm going to be stacking over here. Oh, hi, you decided to join us. Hey, baby. How's things, huh? All right, what time is it? Oh, it's 2 o'clock. Okay, I got to hurry up. Another thing that I purchased from Lakeside Needlecraft was specialty flosses. I gotta get out the stuff. Okay. Got it here because oh, do you know what? No, I'm gonna put up a picture because I already took a picture of this. I got the rest of the flosses, except for one, for my friendship sampler that I'm doing. It's originally from Bendy Stitchy and the Blue Flower. They combined their talent to create a friendship sampler that I am going to be doing with my friend Heike at Stone Cold Coffee Crafts here on YouTube. So I went ahead and purchased the rest of the specialty flosses that I needed for this pattern, except the only one that I'm missing now is Gentle Arts cast iron skillet. So I've shown you the picture, but just so you can see, I've got these beautiful flosses here. We've got gingerbread, which is this gorgeous gold color. This one is a Gentle Arts, my first summer shower. It's beautiful. These are just cotton flosses. Antique lace, very, very bright white on the camera. I think it's a bit more ecru. Well, not even ecru. It's like between Blanc and ecru. And then this is Ye Old Gold. It's very, very pretty. I like the color and the name. So I have those, and like I said, I'm only waiting for the one Gentle Art cast iron skillet to come back in stock somewhere. And then I will be ready to go. And again, that is going to be on my Barbarol, right? Yeah. Barbarol Creations Early America 40 count linen. Looks so cool. It's more of a pinkish tone, honestly, in real life. I like it. I like it a lot. It does look like a piece of paper that's been outside for a really long time. Okay, so that's that. Lakeside Needlecraft. Then I went to an online LNS. So for those of you who are in Oklahoma, I went to the Silver Needle, which is in Tulsa. And I was just doing some shopping because I wanted to find this particular pattern. This is called Project Quarantine, Let's Stay Home and Stitch. This is by this is by With Thy Needle and Thread. I saw this on Instagram. On someone on Instagram posted their progress. It could have been, I'm really terrible at remembering names, but it was beautiful. And I'm not really a Quaker girl, okay? But I really like it. And I like that inside the O, this is actually, can you see the hoop? Yeah, you can see the hoop. It's got the clasp at the top, and then it's got this little house inside. That's all 1/1. So I went to go find this pattern because I wanted to purchase the PDF of it, but there is no PDF. You actually have to buy the physical pattern. It's printed on cardstock. And I would highly recommend that if you're looking for a quarantine kind of, 2020 project, check this out. I like the ladies and their dresses and everything, and I just thought it was really pretty. So With Thy Needle and Thread, that's the first I've ever gotten like that. That's very, very new for me. Okay, Project Quarantine. So I was looking for that pattern. That's all I was looking for. And then all of a sudden I came across another pattern because I was looking for Halloween stuff at the time. And I went and found the Drawn Threads Trick or Treat. So, it's beautiful. It's not even, I don't think that my camera can quite pick up the picture because the picture is quite small in here. I'll see if I can find a bigger picture for you, but essentially it's this gorgeous little long piece that the spiders are buttons, and I just think it's so cute. I would like to do a framing job like this. I'd like to have one thing that I hang up during the seasons because I'm not really a seasonal decorator like some people, so I like that a lot. And so what I did was I went ahead and kitted it up on their website as well. I purchased the pattern with Dinky Dye Silks, and then I purchased the piece of the recommended fabric, which is Dirty. It's called Dirty. It's very pretty. It is a 32 count, and I think it's a Picture This Plus. It doesn't say. Of course it doesn't say. But anyway, I'll let you know next time. Actually, it might be here. 32 count Dirty Belfast linen. So I don't even know if it has a... It's a Zweigart anyway. But anyway. Okay. So it's gorgeous. And what happened was they contacted me and they said, we don't have the Dinky dyes in stock because of what's going on. And I was like, that's cool. Can you kit it up with something else? And they said, yeah, sure. No problem. And, I trust people. And I'm so glad that I do because it usually works out in my favor. Thank you so much to the ladies at the Silver Needle. They kitted this up with Weeks Dye Works. And y'all, look at it. Look at those colors. Aren't they pretty? Okay, so I asked I asked the shop owners if I could share with you the conversion, or if you would need to contact them directly for the conversion. And they're so sweet. I'm going to show it to you a little bit closer as well. I think I have a picture. If I have a picture, I will go ahead and add it in. But I think it's going to look fabulous. The conversion from Dinky Dyes to Weeks is the colors Goldenrod, Curry, Clockwork, Coal, Collards, Top, Havana, and Whitewash. So there you go. That's the conversion they gave me, and I'm in love with it. It's very, very autumnal, and obviously, and it's just going to be wicked. I cannot wait to do that. Okay, so that's those. I was very naughty, and I already told you that I purchased the floss pack for Randall Spangler's mini Heaven and Earth design chart trick or treat. So I have the Drawn Thread trick or treat, and I have Randall Spangler's trick or treat. Heaven and Earth Design is a website where they have full cross-stitch patterns available of very famous artists' work. So you can find lots and lots of artists whose actual artwork has been turned into a cross-stitch pattern. I've already purchased the pattern. I already did that. It is a mini, so it's not as big as it could be. But look at this silk pack, or this floss pack. It's ridiculous. That's a lot of floss for a mini. So this could be the same size as, I don't do math, but it's very big, clearly. And it's very, very autumnal, and I'm super excited. It's my unicorn pattern for Halloween, so. But that probably won't be started for a little while. And just a heads up, the website that I get the packs from, it's actually a group on Facebook called Cross Stitch Thread Packs. I have it in that link list, the link haven. And she is having to slow down on the orders. So she can only do a certain number every week due to time constraints and, her own personal life and etc. So if you're interested in joining the group, especially if you live outside of the United States, she is based in the UK, so it is much more economically friendly for me to purchase big lumps of thread from her than it is for me to have to wait several months to get it delivered from the US in a lot of cases. But she does not do, as far as I understand, she does not kit up small projects. It's just these big full coverage projects. I know. It's okay. She's a guard dog. Okay. So just shoot her a message if you have any questions whatsoever, is what I'm trying to say. All right. And the last thing for today, haul-wise, is a huge enabled moment. Okay, so you know that I have friends here on YouTube and they like to show off their stuff that they get. And most of the time I can resist, but I could not resist. Michelle Betty Stitchy is a rep for a company called Love You More Studio Co. They make bag sleeves and they make excellent cross-stitch kit containers, project bags. So this is the first one that I got. Y'all know I love Japan. I love sushi, gyoza, there's green tea and chopsticks, rice bowls, everything. And it's just so cute. The inside of it, let me just pull out the cards. You want to smell? Okay. The inside has sushi in it. Look at that fabric, y'all. I wish I could have like a whole bed set covered in sushi fabric. So essentially, you can, if you have let's see, I put that one away. good. Anyway, if you have a cross-stitching kit, you can put everything in the bag and then put it up on your shelf, you know, and it's keeps it all contained. Pattern, fabric, flosses, whatever. So this one is called I think there's two sizes. There's a small size and there's a full size, like a much bigger one. I'll show you in a minute. This one's called the Tea House sleeve. And it's so squishy. I think there's some kind of foam inside. Anyway, I like the way that it's stitched so that it stays closed like this, and it will protect your books. So if you're the kind of person, say, oh, you could put your Kindle in here, or, you know, if you have like one of those devices, a tablet could fit in here. You know, the uses are endless. You don't just have to use it for cross-stitching, obviously. And no, I'm not being paid to say this. I purchased these with my own money. Okay, so that's Tea House. And then I got Wingardium Leviosa, obviously. I love Harry Potter. This one is the full size, so if you want to see the difference, that is the difference. And I believe that this can hold A4 size paper. The inside is just a lovely chevron arrow. Looks like a painted one. And I'm looking for A4 paper. Yes, it can fit probably a few sheets of A4 like that. That's as far down as it goes. So just so that you know, it almost fits a full A4. Sorry, everything's in my way right now. Isn't it cute? And then the last one that I got is called the Rolling Sea Sleeve. I love this. I love the jewel tones on the black waves. Very pretty. Same thing, it's very squishy. And the inside is beautiful. Look at this pattern. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I just love the glittery gold because it sparkles. It actually sparkles on the outside and on the inside. See? My camera really just does not wish to focus today. Sorry. At least I got the in and out thing. It's called exposure, by the way. Learning new things all the time. Just pressing all the buttons and praying for the best. So, that's it, y'all. That's it. That's all we got. Hey again. Sorry for all the jump cuts. I'm back from the protest. It went really, really well. I'll make sure that I share pictures with you later on. But while I was there, I suddenly remembered that I didn't even show you my knitting. So I'm slicing it into the video. Okay. So as you all know, I was working on my baby blanket for my little sister's baby boy, who is due in the middle of July. And I finished. So this is the blanket. It is approximately 30 inches across. It is made of the Aldi wool, or acrylic rather. Not actually wool, but in the UK and Ireland, sometimes they call this substance wool in general. And anyway, this is the Southern. I was about to say Southern Comfort. Y'all, I need a drink. This is the Lion brand yarns comfort blanket. It is a free pattern that you can get online. It's just a basic kind of chain, and then it's just the knit stitch all the way across. There's not a single purl in this or anything like that. All you need to know how to do is knit two together and yarn over. That's it. So it was a very easy blanket to make. It took me 2 weeks. I worked on other projects as well, so all I need to do now is block this to make it not curl, and then it's completely ready to go. So that is 2 baby blankets that I've completed this year for my baby sister. I need to weave in the ends on this one. This one's a light one, maybe for a really hot day. this. You can really see the stripes in it. It's not perfect or anything, but you know. So I need to block both of these. And I think my next knitting project that I want to start is actually the, Luna, you having a bath over there? Next project that I'd like to start is the Joji Fading Point. So I'm thinking about casting that on soon. I'm not going to cast it on today, even though I really like having a knitting project to go to. But today I'm going to focus on something else. So I'm going to go and edit this video together and keep watching for the rest of the little bit of the rest of the video that I have left to share with you guys. I think I might call this the episode in which I constantly interrupt myself. I mentioned earlier that there is going to be charity auctions. I am going to finally have my first set of charity auctions. On Wednesday, I plan to, on my Instagram profile only, to hold a small mini charity auction. I will be auctioning off some diamond paintings because I know that most of my audience is diamond painting enthusiast. And maybe I can find something that I can also put together for an auction for cross-stitching. But please, please, please watch that space for the actual auction. The way that it's going to run is much in the same vein as Michelle Bendy Stitchy's channel. If you've ever watched her videos before, she has auctions as well in the middle of the week when lots of people are online and might be doing a little bit of online shopping. Except this time it's going to change a little bit. I love her system, so I'm really sorry, Michelle, if you feel in any way put upon by this. I really don't mean it that way, but you have a brilliant system. I'm going to put online on my Instagram account a few different items that are up for grabs. I do not have them here with me right now because this episode is already taking, yeah. So thank you for your patience. But basically I have a few very nice diamond art clubs, a few other different companies that I would like to sell to raise money for charity. The way that it's going to work is that I'm going to have information in the actual description of the posts. So please read it very carefully for the increments that need to be used. If it's a $1 increment, a $10 increment, etc. All of the profit, once the auction has finished, I'm going to end auctions at 10 a.m. Irish time. Whatever that is in your time zone, you may have to Google it. But 10 a.m. would be like 5 a.m. Eastern time. That's when I wake up and that's when I can stop the auction and see who won exactly. So y'all in the States will probably be asleep when this happens, but I apologize, but good luck to you all. The highest bidder is going to win. I will require that person to then send me a screenshot of their donation, and then I will send out the gift. I am going to be using my YouTuber money to mail the packages. So just please be aware that at the moment there are some significant delays with the postal service, and I know that you already know that, but I just want to reiterate this. There are significant delays and there may be some problems shipping off an item if your country is one that I cannot yet ship to. So it's very important that you think about that before you bid. I will do my very best to get it to you as soon as possible, but I hope you can understand, and that anybody who is bidding will understand. Please make sure that you fill out that happy mail form before you start bidding, especially if you win, because the only way that I'll be able to get your information then, just to make sure that it's really you. Okay, so that's all I ask. Really exciting. I've never done this before on my channel before, so I hope that you enjoy it. Some really fun diamond paintings, maybe a pattern or a kit or something from my stash for you cross-stitching lovely people out there. Thank you so much, and good luck to you all. It is now pouring rain. And I just want to stop and thank you all for watching and commenting, liking, subscribing, and all of that really fun stuff. Thank you all so much for that. I'm going to go ahead and read a poem before we go, because I always forget, and then I feel really, really bad for the rest of the week. So this is a book from the local poet named Patty Bush. The book is called Second Sight. I have it linked down in the description box of the video, so it's easy to get to. And he is a local poet. When he reads in person, the emotion that comes out of him is just so magnificent. And I really do miss those weekends where we would go and listen to poetry gatherings, people sharing poetry that they've held locked inside for so long. And I can only imagine the wonderful poetry that's going to come out of everything that we've experienced so far in 2020. I do genuinely believe that this year is a year of change and growth for everyone. So with that being said, let me just go ahead and read. This poem is called Soundtrack. It's running and rerunning in my mind, a short loop, shaky, black and white, from some weighty documentary. The 50s, China, Mao, the Great Leap Forward. Steel hungrily smelted from scrap in villages, the length and breadth of the country, and the party's official hatred of small songbirds for every last grain of wheat they steal between songbursts. Crowds therefore marshaled at every street corner, and a huge sanctioned burst of hand-clapping to raise morale with catcalls of denunciation, startling the little songsters into flight around and around and around again, until, in the end, one by one, they thud. Thud by thud, they fall after each other, exhausted to bits on the ground. There's no soundtrack to the film, but I conjure up thousands of giddy bamboo flutes, bubbling away for a while until, stop by stop, note by note, one huge black beak cows them into silence, one by one. And I imagine in their place one enormous brass trumpet, bellowing the same note, day after day after day. How appropriate was that today? So with that, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go protest and exercise my rights and freedoms, and I hope you do too. Please join us in the cause. Please hug your dog. If you would like to make a donation in order for us to raise money for cancer research, I would totally appreciate that. And I will now let you go. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye!